My name's Alyssa from Reselling Savvy. Today I'd like to recap my August 2020 sales. These are the top 10 items that sold for me. I am a part-time seller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Poshmark has been blowing all of the other platforms out of the water for me recently. I do hire a virtual assistant to share my closet, but it has been extremely successful for me as of late. Of my top 10 sales, 8 of them sold on Poshmark and 2 of them were on eBay. I don't think I made a single Mercari sale in the month of August, which it happens. Mercari is just kind of a bonus for me. I created a Mercari account when I started subscribing to the List Perfectly software service. So it was not something I had ever used, but because the listing was easy enough to do between the platforms, I decided to get a Mercari account, and anything that I make on there is just kind of a bonus. That's not my main focus. So the number 10 and 9 items that I sold, these were the lowest of my top 10 sales. They were actually the same amount. Both of them sold for $25. The first was a plaid black and white Banana Republic sweater. It was super cute, turtleneck, and that sold on Poshmark. And the other one sold on Poshmark as well. It was a white and Taylor peplum top that was new with tags. Both of these were items that I had for quite a while now, and I was happy to see them go at what I considered fair prices. The next item sold for $28 on Poshmark. This actually had a lot more interest than I thought. It was a Chic Wish skirt. It was new with the tags, and I purchased it from ThredUp. It was listed under the assorted brands category, and I can link to that video below where I unbox my ThredUp assorted brands finds. But this was a new with tags item that I actually considered returning, but I decided to list it and let it go. It sold for $28 on Poshmark. I was super happy with that. The next item sold on eBay. It was a Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland DVD set. There was a disc missing, and this set is actually pretty sought after, and I'd had quite a bit of interest in it, but I think the missing disc made it less appealing. I priced it lower due to that. I probably could have gotten $40 to $50 for it if it was a complete set, but it wasn't, and it had some damage. So I was happy with $30, and I was also happy to see that go. The next item was also from my assorted brands ThredUp haul. It is a rain caper, which is just a little poncho that packs up, and it's magnetic. It was very cute. It was black and white houndstooth. It was new with tags, and that sold for $50 on eBay. So I talk about this a little bit in the other video. But if you find a rain caper that is from the Painters series, even better. Those sell for a whole lot more money. But this neutral one did pretty well. $50 was something that I was very pleased with. The next 2 items sold for the same amount of money. They both sold on Poshmark. And the first was a Veta top. Veta sells capsule wardrobe pieces. They're quite expensive, over $100 a piece. Very similar to A Day, which I sold quite a few A-Day pieces in my top 10 July recap. But this was a new with tags item that I had purchased off of Mercari. I thought I was buying it for me, but when it arrived, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So I decided to sell it, and I was pleased with the $70 that it sold for on Poshmark. Then the other item was an LaFleur top. It was a short sleeve sweater type material, and that sold for $70 as well. I'd had this one for quite a while. I kept getting low offers, and I was to the point where I was considering lowering the price quite a bit, but I think that this sold on an offer to likers. So I was getting ready to relist it, and I was thrilled when it sold. The next item was something that I had purchased off of, I think, Poshmark, and I sold it on Poshmark. It was a For Love and Lemons velvet maxi gown, very pretty. When I purchased this, it was, I either before the lockdown or at the very beginning. And I was not anticipating the lack of need for formal attire at that time. Though I kept buying formal dresses and I'm still buying formal dresses to sell. It is not phasing me. I'm still going. But this sold for $72 and I was pleased with that. It was new with tags. The tags, I believe, were over $200 that it retailed for. My second best item was another gown, and this one was gorgeous. It was a formal gown. This gown was brand new with tags. It's still being sold in boutiques for around $300, if not more. It's an Alice brand gown, and Alice sells prom gowns, but this was more of a gala or mother of the bride or groom type dress. So brand new, immaculate condition. There was maybe one flaw, but considering what they're selling for, it was a steal for the person who bought it. So I sold it for $140, which was wonderful for me, and that was less than half of the retail price. So I hope that whoever bought it feels like they got a great deal too, because it was the type of dress that I feel like someone would choose as a bridesmaid's gown. So I hope that somebody found an awesome deal on this. My top item was a pair of Rothys that I had purchased to resell, and I've had these for too long, probably close to a year. I sold them for $150, and I have been watching Rothys resell, and it appears to me that the value is finally tanking. So Rothys have been reselling for 80% of their retail value, approximately, if they're in good condition and they were well cared for. And finding a pair of Rothys for under $100 that weren't completely destroyed was impossible. This color was discontinued, so I knew that when I bought them, and I was hoping to appeal to collectors. As of late, I'm not sure what did it, but the resale value of Rothys seems to have plummeted. They're still selling for good money. They're still selling for at least half of the retail value, sometimes more, depending on if they're new and other factors, if they're rare. But I guess they have finally hit their mark where they are no longer as desirable. I think the market is just oversaturated, and you're hearing this from someone who has no research to back this, but I'm thinking maybe people aren't using as many career items as they used to be, and that might be why there's an influx and the market is flooded. I will also say that over the summer, Rothy's gave out 50% off coupons to teachers and maybe first responders and healthcare workers. I don't recall, but I'm a teacher, so that's how I know, and I got one. And I had been waiting and waiting to get my first pair of Rothy's, so I finally got my first pair using my coupon, and I was so thankful for that. So thank you to the Rothy's company for doing that. But I'm wondering if people didn't take advantage of that, and that's part of what tanked the market as well. I am not aware of Rothy's ever offering a discount like that prior to this. So I'm very fortunate that this pair of Rothy's sold for the price that they did when they did, because it was not long after this that I started to notice the market going down. They were still discontinued, that wasn't changing, but it appears to me that people's interest in the company is declining. So, thank you for joining me to recap my August sales. I was amazed to see that my top 10 sales were anywhere from $25 to $150. So I'm part-time. That's not unusual for me. I live in an area that does not have $1,000 items readily available. And at this point in time, I'm getting a little bit creative with how I'm sourcing my items. So I'm not going to thrift stores every day or even every week at this point in time. So this was honestly still a great month for me. Any month that I make money and I get to do this is an awesome month. So I hope that your sales were awesome as well. And I hope that you're making money and being successful. I can't wait to share with you my September sales. And as always, I hope they are even higher than August was. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what your top sellers were. How are Rothy's selling for you? What patterns are you noticing? Reach out to me. Let me know. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.